Hey guys, it's ANicWin, also known as Amy, and happy Monday. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm going to say up front, first and foremost, that I am having the worst time of it today. I'm on the struggle bus. Now, I'm not like in a bad mood, so, let's not go there. But for some reason, my headphones are like crap in the bed. That's a horrible expression, but that's the only one I can think of. And it's the Kraken brand. It's not like the kitty ones that everybody sees all over social media, but it's kind of the same. It's around the same like caliber of headset. Not really working. Don't love that. I need a replacement. Can't get it. Then my editing software is like not rendering the footage, so I can't really see what's happening right now. So that's fun. That's a fun adventure. I logged a help desk ticket, but like there's no way we're gonna get help same day, and this is when I have to do the voiceover, so hopefully that's fixed for next week. And then because the headset's on the fritz, I hope the audio is fine, because when I test, so I normally do a few like welcome warm-ups is kind of what I refer to them in my head. I check for popping sounds, I check for weird mouth sounds, like if I need chapstick or something, which I probably do, can't tell. And then I check for like, am I too loud? Am I too close? Am I too far away? And I can't tell. It sounds spotty and really echoey, and if this entire voiceover, when I export this, is echoey, you'll never hear any of this, if I can tell. But if I can't tell, and I upload a really crappy video with a crappy voiceover, A, feel free to call me out, but B, give me some leeway because these are all elements that are just out of my control, but they will be dealt with eventually. So with that disclaimer out of the way, which is basically me being like, I'm trying, I don't know what I'm doing, but we're here. That's really what it is. We're actually building in Delso Valley, which is a plot twist and a half, because I think I've said at least twice this year I've never built here, and I haven't. I've attempted once. I was reminded of this the other day in a live stream. We started like a little bungalow style home, and I don't remember, I don't have the footage anymore, but I don't remember if I was just renovating what was here or if I started from scratch, so I have no clue. But I quickly abandoned that because I don't like this world that much. I'm sorry, I'm just not a fan. I think the lots are weirdly big, and this was a missed opportunity for them to add more apartments to the game, which I am an advocate for. I want more apartments. I want more living arrangements for my Sims. I don't want them to always just be on an empty lot. I just want the experience. I feel like apartments are way more realistic, or even trailer parks, if they wanted to like have a trailer park that worked as an apartment, similar to what they did in Strangerville. Like I would love that. I would love that. And we just don't have it, and that's fine. It's fine. But that's basically what we're doing here. I'm sure that you can see that by now, because I think we're working on the parking lot. That's what that looks like in the preview. It's really blurry. But this is an apartment building. I kind of wanted to go for a stereotypical LA apartment because Delso Valley is kind of modeled after LA, I think. I'm pretty sure I have that right. And I didn't want to go for downtown, like high-rise, super luxe. I wanted to go for kind of the outskirts, the fringe of LA. And I wanted to go for a building that was kind of, I don't know the decor style. It reminds me a lot of what we got with high school years, and I actually use quite a few of the decorative elements like the fencing and stuff from high school years because it's the exact same style, and it evades me. I'll probably think of it after this video is completely finished, and that's fine. It is what it is. But in this build, I'm only going to be renovating or furnishing one unit. I do go ahead and make a tentative floor plan for the other ones, just to kind of give you an idea of how I thought the space was going to be broken up. I don't think any of them are more than a single bedroom. I could be wrong, and I will say we'll find out together, but I don't know if I'll see it, honestly. But I think they're all one bedroom. A couple are studios. They should be. Oh, my memory's not the best, and I just edited this last night. But they're meant to be small. That's what I wanted. I wanted to go for the smaller side. I did not envision this being like a place where families necessarily lived, although I would not rule that out. I know plenty of people that have lived in studio apartments with their families or one bedrooms with children. People make it work every day, so I don't want you to feel like I'm limiting you on who you can have and what unit or whatever the case may be. Now, the unit that I renovate is upstairs. It's the one with the 2 balconies. They're both for the same apartment unit. The second balcony, I don't put anything on because it's just a 1x4, I think. So there's not really any space for furniture. You wouldn't be able to use it. But the second one, I have just a few skill building items. I want to say I have the telescope and like some gardening stuff, just for funsies, because it's not big enough to have entertainment space. I mean, you could definitely put a chair out there if you just wanted to like chill, look at the view, right? But it's not like one where you're gonna have a grill and a table to eat at. You could have a grill, you just can't have both. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Hopefully you are. But we're kind of working on the exterior now. I know I talked through it. So there's this alleyway behind this lot that looks like it's for parking. That's really what it looks like it's for, to access your garages and stuff. So I went ahead and put the parking lot in the back rather than on the side. I don't bother with a like playground or entertainment area really for families because there's one right next door. So if you download this lot and you move here and your sim has a child, the playground is like right there, the park, whatever you want to call it. And then I do give them a small picnic area just because it felt like something needed to go there. And every single apartment unit, as my voice fades, let's ignore that. Every single apartment unit that I've ever lived in, like formal apartment unit, not just like a duplex or something, has had that picnic area. And it's usually like a shared space in the middle of like the quad or something. That sounded so fancy. But that's kind of what I was basing this off of. So I know I talked through the entire exterior. I'm really, really proud of the exterior. I loved it. I was sitting just kind of brainstorming what I could do, wishing that we had apartments in this particular world. And then I was like, well, I'll just make my own. People do it every day in the game, not like in real life. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I've never built something like this. Again, it's not a new concept. People do it all the time, but it was new to me and it was super fun to do. And I really like branching out and trying new things that I haven't done before, which I think is true of most people. So let's move on. So as I'm picking out wallpapers and stuff, you may notice that it's kind of shifting a lot. I don't cut a lot of this out just because you kind of got a glimpse into how I pick color schemes and stuff like that. I don't know if it was insightful, but it was definitely there on display. But my thought for this apartment is that we have an elder sim. But, don't think grandma, think more former hippie. And I'm not saying that to be offensive. I think this particular sim is like a current science teacher or an art teacher. Either would work. I feel like they both have the same level of quirk. Don't ask me. But a former science teacher, a current science teacher in a high school setting. She has no intention of retiring anytime soon. She's kind of this weird blend of chaos and organization. So she has her stuff where it should go, right? Everything has a place, but then she's not the most strict about making sure it gets back to that place immediately. So she's just kind of like, meh, it's fine. It'll get done eventually. I think, like I said, she's a former hippie. And I don't say that to be offensive because, I mean, honestly, that's my mom. And my mom calls me a hippie all the time. So obviously we're kindred spirits, but I think she likes really bright colors and patterns. And I think she kind of lives for the chaos, which is definitely true of me. The more chaos, the better in most circumstances. There are always exceptions to the rule, but I like patterns and bright colors, and it feels like a homey space for somebody that has been here a while, right? Like they've accumulated all of these little weird collectibles and things to sit out and, pieces of their life that remind them of different phases. Like in a moment, you'll see me place a little llama planter in the kitchen. I've never used that particular item, I don't think, at least not intentionally, on purpose. And I used it on purpose today just because it felt like it belonged here. It felt like it needed to be here. And I feel like she's given it a name, like Stanley or something like that. You can't see me shrugging, but I shrugged. I don't know. That's just kind of the vibe I was getting from this lady. I also Did not playtest the build yet. I'm going to. I promise you I will playtest it because I'm not confident that the mailboxes outside are going to work, and I'm not confident that you can reach like half of the things in this apartment. So the kitchen should be fine as we're putting it together. One half of the bed will be fine, and since I'm picturing a single sim, I wasn't too bothered by the fact that the other half is likely blocked, and so is the door to the balcony, because I put a makeup table there, and I just don't know if you'll be able to route around it. However, you can sit on the bed and scoot and get to the door if you can get that feature to work. That's a big if, I know, not fun. But I liked the layout of the bedroom too much. I know we're not there yet, but I like the layout of the bedroom too much to really want to change it. So I selfishly left it as is. It was one of those moments where function over design, it didn't win. Design won all the way. And then in the living room, I gave her the candle making station because in my own personal save right now that I'm playing with a sim who's super creative, and I really want her to be able to make soap, but I've made do with the candle making. Because in my head it's kind of the same thing. It's not at all the same thing, but like in the game, for game purposes, it's the same thing. So I'm kind of like playing that card a little bit. I think I'm probably really envisioning her as she's become an elder, and it's manifested here because I do that. I don't know if you all know that. Probably not. I don't really share my current households, but I do that. I manifest what they're going to look like in different phases in my builds. And then the irony is I don't use my builds. I always download someone else's. Without fail, it always happens. So I don't know what that's about, but here we are. I am who I am. I can't change it. So you're seeing the kitchen come together. I did use that little metal shelf that came with, I want to say dine out, with all the different utensils on it. And then I cluttered the heck out of it, and I cluttered up everything that I could see as far as cabinetry, except I'm realizing I think I left that corner piece empty. I don't think there's anything in there. When I play test, oh no, there's plates. Okay, never mind. I take it all back. We're fine. We're good. We're golden. Yeah. Anywho, but that's the kitchen. The kitchen's pretty much done. It should work. I don't have any anticipation that that's going to be a problem. Now, this is the moment where I decided she's a teacher. I was on the fence about what her career was going to be because right now in my save, she's a gardener, but she's just moved to Hinford-on-Bagley. It's a whole thing, guys. It's a whole thing. So yeah, this was the moment where I decided teacher, because my sim doesn't currently have a permanent career. She's just sort of like getting established. It's that type of thing. And I used some high school years clutter because I feel like she'd be the kind to just sort of draw up papers that she needs to grade because she's like, I'm home. I'm not dealing with that right now. I will deal with you in the morning. Like that kind of mentality, which again is kind of me. Maybe I made me. Maybe I'm like subconsciously making my own space. I don't know. Like me as an elder. I don't want to think about it. Anyway, we're working on the living room, and I did use some tiny living stuff here, not intentionally. I really just wanted that entertainment unit because I love it. I love that it's got the stereo bar, and I love that it just kind of looks like something from the mid to early 2000s. It sparks joy for me. Brings me immense joy, it does. And then I used the complimentary bookcase because I really wanted something more glass. And I settled for that because the other options just weren't working well with everything else that I had in here, and it is fine. And then I selected this kind of wacky rug, and that I think came with one of the kits. I can't, decor to the max probably. And then I gave her the little crystal ball. I don't feel like she uses it. I don't think she's into the paranormal thing, but I think she likes the color, and so she bought it and she keeps it there next to her journal. I feel like she is a daily journaler. That sounded wrong, but you get what I'm saying. I don't journal. I would like to take up the hobby, the habit. I think you could call it either. It could go by both. It's a flexible thing. Just because I think it's a creative outlet and I'm always seeking things that are creative. We're working now on her home office. This is probably the most put together space in the apartment. For whatever reason, I don't know, but I feel like she spends quite a bit of time here, so it's kind of got a lot of her work personality, her personal like at-home hobby personality, as well as just like formal, you know, these are things that I need, so these are things that I use. And I'm just realizing I did not delete those tissue boxes, and I will. Oh, that's mortifying. That's embarrassing. For you guys wondering what I can see, because the footage isn't like the preview isn't rendered, that's what I was trying to say. I'm seeing it in like stops and starts, like it's flashes of images. I'm not actually seeing a cohesive thread of video footage, so it's not fun. I'm a little bit motion sick, I'm not gonna lie to you. But there's that candle making station. I'm a little worried it's blocked off. But if it is, on the off chance that it is, I'll either try to move it to see if we can still use it, or I'll completely get rid of that and I'll give her some sort of other like skill building item there, because I really like putting skill building items in the home. They increase the needs, but they also increase skills, obviously. They're just useful. They're useful for multiple reasons, and oftentimes I'll choose a skill building item over an aesthetic. It's just a personal choice I make as far as builds go. Now we're moving on to the bedroom. High School Years comes out to play again just because I love this bed. I can't stop using it and I'm so sorry. But I love the color scheme for this room. I'm really drawn towards teals, blues, greens, yellows right now still. I think I have been all year. And I can't get away from them. I'm trying. I am. I'm really trying really hard, and I don't think I'm succeeding, and that's fine. Feel free to yell at me. I can take it. But this is the bedroom. I did go for a double bed rather than a single. She just didn't strike me as the type to have a single bed, and I'm fine with that. And then here is the makeup table. I do change the wood swatch, but I want you to know that I really liked the green wood swatch even though it didn't match. I was all for it. I was all about it. And I think I changed it because the full length mirror that I used had a weird, it just wasn't vibing with the bed, and it just wasn't working. It was too different. So I did change it up, but I'm just saying I might change it back to green. I might go in and make a few swapsies. We'll see. Stay tuned. Who knows? Not me. You'll know in the screenshots. It's kind of a surprise. That's life with me sometimes though. So I'm thinking like her bedroom is definitely a space where she spends some time. Like she takes her time getting ready. This space is a little bit more organized than the living area because this is like her sanctuary, her oasis, if you will. And so she's got designated areas for what she's doing in here. And this is also the entrance to the bathroom, which I think I talked through. And I don't normally do a 3x3 bathroom, but that was a fun journey as well. Basically, I took my comfort zone, set it aside, and stepped way out of it. And I'm happy I did. I think it paid off, and hopefully this voiceover in this video pays off. But on that note, I'm gonna leave you guys here to finish the rest of the build. As always, feel free to leave a like or comment down below letting me know what you think. Also feel free to give feedback on the audio because I genuinely am concerned. I will be posting the screenshots on Instagram if you want to hop over there and check those out. I will see you on Monday with my next video, and in the meantime, I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely rest of your week. Bye guys.
It's night in the city and I'm on my way back home, humming on my favorite ditty, swinging like Natalie Cole. But then out of the blue, who strolls down the boulevard but you? Your place is closer than mine. Why don't we go there and have some more wine? 'Cause life is for living. Let's see where this all might lead. Let's see where this all might lead. Waking up to a brand new day in between your sheets, breaking up in the best of ways, and I'm back again on the street.